Oh, it's been all right, bruv. It's been all right. I've really enjoyed myself. I'm feeling a bit cream-crackered now, though. I think I might have a touch of that yuppie flu, you know.
Yeah? Couldn't have something to do with a lobster vindaloo and 14 pina coladas, could it?
Well, might have slowed me down a bit, yeah. Went down the cemetery yesterday. Put some flowers on Mum's grave.
I've been down there lately, Del. It's all something to do, you know?
No, it's all right, Rhoda. She understands. She knows that you still think about her.
Yeah, of course I do.
Well, I just, you know, I just sat, you know, I was like chatting and that. Just letting her know what's been happening. I bet she was well pleased. Mm. You know, your Cassandra, she reminds me a bit of Mum, you know?
Oh, good.
She's got drive, hasn't she? You know, that's one thing Mum had. Your Mum had a lot of drive.
Yeah. Cassandra's very ambitious.
No, it's good, isn't it?
Nothing gets in the way of her career. No doubt about that.
You must be well pleased.
Yeah.
Because she's an achiever.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a bit like me in many ways.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I've always been an achiever. I never actually achieved nothing, mind you, but with a shout. Look at this. This reminds me of the time that me and Jumbo Mills set up a seafood stall outside the Nag's Head. Eels on Wheels, we called it. Who was going to build empires, you know? You know, every pub in London was going to have a seafood stall outside called Eels on Wheels. You know what I said to him the night that we came up with the scheme?
This time next year we'll be millionaires.
I said, this time next year we'll be millionaires. And we could have been, Rodney. Could have been. You know what killed off Eels on Wheels, don't you? It was television.
What, the Cook Report?
No. It's when television started humanising fish.
What you going on about?
Well, it did. They started to make fish human. You know, first of all, there was that shark thing, Flipper, and he had more GCEs than you. Then there was Squiddly Diddly, the octopus, who used to play the drums. Then was Michael Fish.
Put you out of business?
Yes, it's true, I'm telling you. Mothers used to come round complaining that their kids refused to eat our homemade fish fingers in case they was related to the man from Atlantis. And that report from the council health inspector didn't help none either. Could have made it, though, bruv. Could have.
You will do. You will.
Never stop believing, eh, bruv?
Never stop believing.
Wait, look! Ben, we gotta do something about this.
Someone get some water. Good idea. Water. We need loads of water.
And his coach fitted with a fire distinguisher.
Abandon shit. Come on, get off there.
And what about that time he entered one of your paintings in a competition and you won first prize in the under-15 category?
Yes, I do seem to recollect it, but I don't think you...
And I had to spend a week in Mallorca posing as your common-law stepmother.
Come on then, everybody. Hurry up. Look lively.
All right. Look, I agree that Del gets a bit out of hand, but I think it's unfair to say that everything he touches goes wrong. Our coach has just blown up.
Don't worry, Harry, I won't tell your governor about it. Rodney, Look, come on, it's only 10:15. Let's whip down the old Mardi Gras, eh? Have a couple of jars, you know, scampy supper, eh? What do you reckon?
No. Look, I promised Cassandra I wouldn't go out, and I intend to keep that promise.
Do you reckon she believed you?
About what?
When you said you wouldn't go out in the town?
Well, of course she believed me. Why?
Nothing.
Uncle, you're not trying to suggest that if Cassandra thought that Rodney was going out on a razzle, that she would go out on a razzle as well, are you?
What, you mean what's good with a goose is good with a gander?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Cassandra wouldn't have gone out.
How do you know that?
Because I haven't gone out.
Yeah, but how does she know that?
Because... she just does, right? Our marriage is based on trust.
Yeah, he's right. Cassandra wouldn't go out and join herself.
Thank you.
She wouldn't have to. She's got the flat to herself.
So what?
No, I just meant if she felt a bit lonely, she could invite someone round.
Yeah. Like that couple at your anniversary, Stephen and his wife.
So what's wrong with that?
Nothing. No, it'd be a nice bit of company for Cassandra.
She seemed to get on well with that Stephen.
Of course they get on well. They work together at the bank. He is a colleague. In fact, he's more than a colleague. He's on top... He's her immediate superior. No, anyway, she couldn't have invited them two round because Stephen's wife's gone away for the weekend, do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
If that Stephen's been round my flat, I'll kill him.
Oh, what put that idea in your head?
I don't know, it's just something's been bugging me.
Well, what do you want to do? You want to, pop out for a drink and sort of talk about it? Hmm?
Yeah. Might make you feel better, Rodney.
Yeah, well, I suppose I could manage it. This is a conspiracy, isn't it? You two are in league with each other, ain't you? You just want me to come to the nightclub with you, and you want the bed to yourself. Well, it ain't gonna work. I promised Cassandra I would not go out, and I'm not going out, all right?
All right, keep your hair on. Oh, we was only geeing you up. We didn't mean any harm.
All right. Well, let's just shut up about it and get some sleep.
Do with an extra blanket. I'm freezing in here.
It is a bit cold, isn't it?
Cold? You bits of kid don't know the meaning of the word. You should have been with me on the Russian convoys. One night it was so cold the flame on my lighter froze.
Come on then, just one quick light ale.
Where have I seen that bird before?
It's that Saul. What's her name? The one you went out with for a while, Del. It's Raquel, the strippergram.
No, it is not.
It is, Bill. You look at the board. The great Raimondo and Raquel.
It is her. Raquel!
Bloody
I got back to England about 6 months ago. I wasn't sure what to do with myself. I haven't got any family, except a brother in Milton Keynes, but we haven't spoken for years. So I saw my agent, and she tied me in with Ray.
Ray?
The great Raimondo.
Oh, yeah.
He was working in a holiday camp down in Devon. His last assistant had walked out on him. Well, he's a bit of a pig. Anyway, after that, we got a 3-month contract here. Oh, it's not much, but it's a job. Keeps a roof over my head.
Yeah. I didn't mean to let you down, you know. I mean, I was on my way round to you when I was, unexpectedly arrested.
I know, it's all right. You've already explained.
Why didn't you write to me?
Write to you? I thought you dumped me. I've got pride, Del. Never written to the other blokes who've dumped me. I wasn't starting with you.
Do you want to have a drink?
No, I'm back on stage in a little while. There's been no one else. I mean, since we split up, I haven't... You know, I've not been interested.
No, nor me. No, honest.
Yeah, all right, I believe you.
Anyway, what are you going to do, you know, when this contract's finished?
I'm leaving the act. Can't stand Ray anymore. He's got a temper. Sometimes he frightens me. Don't know where I'll go.
Peckham's very nice this time of year.
Is it?
I know, a lovely little flat you can stay at and all.
Well, maybe I'll try Peckham then. Thanks.
Raquel, would you give me your autograph?
Get away.
No, I mean it straight, honest.
I've never given an autograph before.
Well, look, it's easy. All you got to do, look, is just write your name. And your address. And your telephone number. She's straight as a die, you know, straight as a die. She don't mess around with other blokes, you know.
What are you saying Cassandra does?
No, of course not. No, I've got nothing against the girl.
That's all right then, because if I thought you... Sorry.
You're a touchy little git sometimes, aren't you, eh? All I was just saying was that since Raquel met me, she hasn't been out with any other blokes.
Well, she only met you 2 hours ago.
No, I don't mean this time. I mean like the first time.
Oh, right.
She has been true unto me.
Raquel, what's all the noise?
The great Raimondo?
What you doing here?
What am I doing here?
We was locked out of our digs and Raquel said we could spend the night here, but we're going to go soon.
Oh, did she? Well, we'll see about that. Raquel, what's the idea of letting strangers into the flat without even asking me?
I'm going to kill him.
No, stay calm, Derek.
It's going to take a bloody good surgeon 3 or 4 hours to get his magic wand back.
Oi. Now, come on, calm down.
I want to know what the hell is going on there, Andy.
Sit down.
Look, I'm not having any
Sit
magic...
down. Now, look, there's probably a perfectly simple explanation to this.
Like what?
Well, how the hell should I know?
There is a simple explanation, Rodney. The great Raimondo's a bleeding bully boy, Raquel told me. He's got her trapped here. If she don't play ball with him, not only has she lost her job, but she's lost her home as well. That's blackmail, and I don't like that sort of thing. I'm going to sort it out right now.
Oi, you're not certain of anything. Don't jump to conclusions. Look, for all you know, them two might be... Well, you know.
What?
I don't know. Look, just find out what the situation is first, right? Nice and easy, Del, right? Nice and easy.
Right, well, I'm just going to go in there and just want to ask a few questions and, you know, like, that's all.
And what happens if you don't like the answers?
Well, that's life, isn't it, eh? Just, I'll know where I stand then, won't I, eh? Eh? All right. Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I just wondered if we could have a little chat, see if we could come to some sort of an understanding. Right?
That's the way down, nice and easy.
I didn't expect you back this early.
No, well, here I am. Cass, can we have a talk?
I don't think this is an appropriate time, Roddy. Maybe later.
Look, I really think we ought to sit down and discuss...
To go.
What are you doing here?
Well, I was just passing. So how was Margate?
Forget Margate. What are you doing in my flat?
Hey, back off, Rod. I mean, what's the problem?
Roddy, what's wrong?
Well, I'll tell you the problem, shall I? It's something I've really wanted to do for a long time, but I've never got round to it. So, let me run this past you, Stephen. Try and get your head round this. Now you know where I'm coming from, OK, buddy?
Come to Stephen!
Punch me on the nose. But what's she doing here? I thought she was going away for the weekend to her parents.
She was, but there was a rail strike. Joanne brought this holiday brochure round for us.
Do you see anything in it you like?
Hello, sweetheart. How are you today? Oh, good. How's the great Raimondo? Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure in his heart of hearts he understood. Now, we've been back about an hour. Yeah. No, everyone's all right. We dropped Rodney off at his house, yeah. Cassandra? Nah, she'll be all right. She'll be as good as gold. Rodney's a bit of a charmer on the quiet. Now he knows how to handle situations. Yes, I know, sometimes I wish I was a bit more like him and all. Yeah. Old Albert, he's feeling much better now. Yeah? Oh, didn't you hear? He got a whack on the head. I don't know. The strangest thing, he was lying in bed last night when all of a sudden a rock came flying through the window and it caught him a glancing blow on the head. Don't know, it's a mystery.
No mystery to me. Bloody Gobbo's done it. They should be locked up.
That's right, Unc. That is absolutely right, yeah.
Tell her what happened to Boyce and Mike when they was walking home from a nightclub.
Yeah. What was that?
Someone chucked a suitcase through a window. Caught Mike right on the shoulder. Fortunately, Boyce's head broke its fall.
It's a terrible old world, isn't it, eh, sweetheart? Listen, Raquel, you have forgiven me now, haven't you, sweetheart? Oh, good. You know it makes sense. Listen, I was thinking about taking the van out for a test drive next Saturday. Well, I'm fitting a new radio, yeah. I was thinking I might go down to Margate. I wouldn't be in a hurry to get home. I was just wondering if you could get the great Raimondo to do a disappearing act. Oh, Gusty. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, all right, darling. I'll see you next Saturday, sweetheart. Yeah. All right, bye for now. Bye. Lovely jubbly. Oi, what's your game? You want a cup of tea? Go and make one, you lazy old sod. Go on. All right, bruv, sort it all out.
Another 27 hours of Christmas to go. I don't think I'm going to survive it. I'll have to blank out in front of the telly.
You hold that finger right there, young man. No one in this house watches the telly until the Queen's speech.
But it's Noel's Christmas family video accidents.
I don't care. We're English here. We're going to do Christmas properly, all right? Well, unless there's a Bond film on, obviously. OK, now let's keep it Christmassy. Right, now, look, there's only 5 hours till lunch. I've got to get my sprouts on. Don't want them all crunchy.
Not sprouts. I hate sprouts.
Oh, will you stop whinging, Eddie? Nobody likes sprouts.
Then why are we having them, then?
Because it's Christmas! Now, look, we got
Christmas coming, remember? So I better get on with my turkey.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, it's a season of goodwill and peace on earth, so I thought I'd chop both its feet off, rip out its innards, strip it, shove an onion up its arse, and bung it in a very hot place for 4 hours until it's completely burnt.
Fair enough.
Right, now lend a hand, Eddie, and peel the potatoes. We've got 4 people coming, so that means... 4 potatoes.
Right. Do you really want me to peel them? I mean, you're only going to incinerate them, aren't you? Why don't we just bung them straight in the bin?
All right, I'll do all the cooking. So long as you do all the decorations. Now, Eddie, crackers?
Yes. It's never stopped me so far.
No, I mean, have you got the crackers?
No, it's just the way my trousers hang.
Eddie, enough of the crackers jokes. I'm talking about the things you put in your hand and pull.
Well, I've got one of those, but I'm not going to stick it on the table.
Eddie, you are funnier than Jonathan Ross.
But he's not funny.
Exactly. Now get out of my kitchen before I twat you. Not fast enough.
Fair enough. Point taken.
Right, now, Eddie, you scrape all the congeal bits off the cutlery and lay the table. All right? I'll get on with the brandy butter. Where's the brandy? Well, that's just effing marvellous, isn't it?
Oh, hold your horses, Richie. Don't panic, because... vodka margarine!
That's brilliant, Eddie. Are you sure it's flammable?
Well, I anticipated your concern, so I spiced it up with a couple of cans of hairspray.
That is brilliant. Well done. That's sorted. Right, now, table placings. I thought I'd put you next to Spudgun, right? Because you're both, well, sort of, well, you know, aren't you? Oh, that reminds me. Did you get the £4 off them each for the meal?
Yes, I did.
Great. Where is it?
I'll spend it on the brandy.
Oh, I despair. I really do. And look, it's 8:30.
8:30! And all's crap!
I've got to get into my kitchen. Here's a can of spray snow. You make everything look all Christmassy. I'll go and scrub my sprats.
I thought you were going to do some cooking. Fair enough. Point taken.
I don't know, Eddie. When it comes down to it, there's only me and Keith Floyd left. Bloody hell! Bloody hell, Eddie! Help!
Why? What have you done?
I would have thought that was fairly obvious, wouldn't you?
Oh, I see. Ooh. That's a bit of a nasty nick, isn't it? Why don't you call for the ambulance?
Well, I haven't got any to bloody well dial with now, have I? Oh, Jesus Christ! Who can that be? Oh. They haven't started collecting on Christmas Day, have they? Sod off, you do-gooding bastards!
Who is it?
I don't know, he can't talk.
Well, punch him in the face and kick him down the stairs. I mean, if he's too drunk to talk, he won't put up much of a fight, will he? Go on! Enjoy yourself, it's Christmas!
Guys, it's a baby.
What?
I've got a baby.
We don't want a baby. Get rid of it. We're happy as we are. Why spoil everything? We'll drift apart. I mean, he's bound to come between us.
Well, I think that it's come between us already. Come on, Eddie. It's time we faced up to our responsibilities. We can't carry on being playboys all our lives. Besides, it's a fact now. We have to deal with it.
Why couldn't you be more careful?
Mike, what a way to spend your first Christmas.
What, lying on your back with a bottle in your mouth? It sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, don't cry, little matey. Cooey. I think he likes me.
Poor little blighter. His first Christmas. No family, no friends, no Christmas presents.
Well, he's got us now. We'll look after him.
Yeah. He can have my Christmas present. It's a box of Terry's All Gold. We'll have to wait for his little teeth to come through before he can manage the chewy ones.
Oh.
Yeah, look. He can have my Frankenstein mask I was going to scare the shit out of Richie with later.
Yeah. And you can have my bottle of aftershave. It's a new one. It's called Grr.
Gold, Frankenstein, and Grr. And you're all wearing crowns. And I'm a virgin.
I thought you said you weren't.
No, I know, but I am really. I was fibbing to look hunky.
Didn't work, did it?
No, but enough of that. All right. Guys, if I was you, I'd stay on my knees. This is it. This is the second coming. What? Well, look. The three kings. Gold, Frankenstein, and Grr. The virgin birth. And look, a blue headscarf. I mean, that really tops it off. It's all slotting into place. I knew I was special. I always knew I was different from the other people. That's why I never got a shag! I was being kept pure because I'm better than everyone else in the whole world. Oh, I had a few pretty narrow squeaks, though. Oh, yes. No, I didn't really. I'm lying to myself.
Bernard, is it important? I have to finish these cabinet defence papers.
I'm afraid this is much more urgent, Minister.
What is it?
Your Christmas cards, Minister. They cannot be postponed any longer.
Right. Which is which?
Well, they're all clearly labelled, Minister. These you signed Jim, these you signed Jim Hacker, these Jim and Annie, these Annie and Jim Hacker, these love from Annie and Jim. Oh, those are printed and those have cyclo-styled signatures, so you needn't write anything. Just check to make sure they don't include cards that should have been personally signed Jim or Jim Hacker or Jim and Annie or Annie and Jim Hacker or love from Annie and Jim.
What about those?
Oh, those are the constituency cards. Your election agent dropped them off this morning. As you see, they've been divided up. Those you signed Jim, those you signed Jim Hacker, those Jim and Annie, those Annie and Jim Hacker, those...
Thank you, Bernard. I think I've got the gist. Is that the lot?
Apart from the ones waiting for you at party headquarters.
Party headquarters? I didn't do those last Christmas.
Well, you weren't party chairman last year.
Do I have to send this one?
Why not?
It's to Maurice in Brussels. He's the one who forced through the plan to standardise the Euro sausage.
Euro sausage?
By the end of next year, we shall be waving goodbye to the good old British sausage. And we'll be forced to accept some foreign muck like salami or bratwurst or something in its place.
But they can't stop us eating the British sausage, can they?
They can stop us calling it the sausage, though. Apparently it's got to be called the emulsified high-fat offal tube.
And you swallowed it?
It's my job to implement EEC regulations. Could finish my career.
But what have they got against our sausage?
Oh, dear. Don't you ever read the papers you give me?
Well, yes, I glanced at it, Minister, but it rather put me off.
Apparently, there's not enough meat in it. The average British sausage consists of 32.5% fat, 6.5% rind, 20% water, 10% rusk, 5% seasoning, preservative and colouring, and only 26% meat, which is mostly gristle, head meat, other offcuts, and mechanically recovered meat steamed off the carcass. I don't feel particularly... I had one for breakfast.
Perhaps the EEC Commissioner is right.
You may be right, but it'd be extremely unpopular with the voters. Oh, well, I shall just have to grit our teeth and bite on the bullet.
You can't bite a bullet if you're gritting your teeth, Minister. You see, if you do that, you can't get the bullet.
Sorry. By the way, Bernard, you were going to advise me what presents it would be suitable to give to the private office.
Well, of course, that's entirely up to you, Minister. Bottles of sherry for the assistant secretaries, large boxes of House of Commons mints for the diary secretary and the correspondence secretary, and small boxes of House of Commons mints for the rest.
What about my personal private secretary?
Oh, that's me.
Yes, of course. What should I give you?
Well, you don't have to give me anything.
I know that, Bernard, but I'd like to.
Oh, Minister. Well, anything, really.
Such as?
Well, really, I would like a surprise.
What sort of surprise should I give you?
A bottle of champagne's the customary surprise.
What time is my meeting with Humphrey?
Oh, that's been cancelled, Minister. Sir Humphrey had to rush away to an urgent meeting with the Cabinet Secretary.
The Cabinet Secretary? This makes me feel rather nervous. You know, in some ways, Sir Arnold is the most powerful chap in the country. Permanent access to the PM, controls Cabinet agenda, controls access to everything. I wonder what he's up to. Enjoying yourself?
Yes, thank you, Minister.
Enjoying yourself?
Lovely party.
Yes, Minister, it's frightfully good fun.
Always good to let your hair down, isn't it? Right. Now, I think it's time I said a few words. This is a very, very special occasion for us all. Peace on earth, goodwill to all men. Sorry, persons. It's always good to have this little get-together amongst the people who serve me, work with me, with me here at the Department of the Ministry of at the DAA. We're a team. You know, like the Cabinet. Except we're all on the same side. Not that the Cabinet... No, well, I meant really the shadow Cabinet. Yeah, let's keep politics out of this. Season of goodwill. That's why Parliament doesn't sit over Christmas, eh? Season of goodwill. Even to one's officials. Well, what can I say? Humpy.
Sir Humphrey Appleby.
Humphrey. Thank you very much. I would just like to thank you all for all the hard work you've done all these years. An occasion like this engenders a certain emotional ambiguity and personal ambivalence.
What's ambiguous about it?
While one is, one should say, honoured by the cause of one's departure, one is saddened by the fact of it. In particular, saddened by having to leave the service of a minister without parallel in one's experience.
Oh, that's jolly
and
decent.
break a unique partnership.
Absolutely unique.
So, I should end, I think, by wishing a happy Christmas to you all, but in particular to a minister whom, in the brief time that we've had him with us, we've watched grow in standing, in stature, and in sureness of touch. So, seasonal felicitations to you all, but please, please do remember the Home Secretary's campaign for the holidays. Don't drink and drive this Christmas.
I'll drink to that.
I do wish you'd let me drive, Jim.
I'm driving perfectly safely.
We do have to get home before dawn.
Good evening, Constable.
Can I see your license, sir?
Yes, certainly.
Aren't you Mr. Jim Hacker?
Yes, that's right. What seems to be the trouble?
Any reason you were driving so slowly?
Well, I didn't want the curb to hit. I didn't want to hit the curb. Hey, look, I've got a silver badge somewhere.
I see. Perhaps you'd like Constable Evans to drive you the rest of the way.
Oh, no, it's all right, officer. I'll drive.
All right, Mrs. Acker. If you're in a proper state to drive.
Oh, I don't drink, officer. Well, not when my husband's driving.
Oh, not right. Hardly.
How are things at the campaign for the freedom of information, by the way?
Sorry, I can't talk about that. So, will the new PM be our eminent Chancellor or our distinguished Foreign Secretary?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Which do you think it should be?
Difficult. Like asking which lunatic should run the asylum.
The trouble is, they're both interventionists. They'd both have foolish notions about running the country themselves if they became Prime Minister.
Have we any allies?
Oh, quite a few, yeah. Chief Whip, particularly. But he's worried that whichever gets the job will antagonize the other's supporters and split the party.
So we're looking for a compromise candidate.
Malleable?
Flexible.
Likeable?
No firm opinion.
No bright ideas?
Not intellectually committed.
Without the strength of purpose to change anything.
Someone who you know can be manipulated, professionally guided.
And leave the business of government in the hands of the experts. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's impossible.
Why, a lot of the government would welcome a, shall we say, less interventionist leader.
Well, not the other two candidates.
They might be persuaded.
Want to stand aside?
Yes. Have you had a chance to glance at their MI5 files?
No.
Oh, you should always send for Cabinet Ministers' MI5 files if you enjoy a good laugh.
Oh, Bernard.
Sir, just...
Thank you very much. Yes, do sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Right. So, this is our very last piece of DAA business, isn't
Yes, I'm afraid so, Sir Humphrey.
Oh, well. Bernard, just let me ask you something. What would you say to your present master as the next Prime Minister?
The Minister?
Yes.
Mr. Hacker?
Yes.
As Prime Minister?
Yes. Are you in a hurry?
No, I'm just checking to see it wasn't April the 1st.
Are you suggesting that your minister is not up to the job of Prime Minister?
Oh, no, Sir Arnold, it's not for me to, well, I mean, of course I'm sure he's, oh, gosh.
There is a considerable body of opinion that can see many advantages in the appointment.
For Britain?
For Britain.
Yes, well, yes.
So we trust you to ensure that your minister does nothing incisive or divisive over the next few weeks.
Avoids anything controversial.
Expresses no firm opinion about anything at all. Now, is that quite clear?
Yes, well, I think that's probably what he was planning to do anyway.
Minister.
Humphrey, what's all the hurry?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I've just been able to arrange a brief meeting with the European Commissioner.
Nice, but he's flown out this morning.
No, his flight's been delayed.
Oh, so?
Well, I think we might be able to persuade him to solve our little sausage problem.
Humphrey, how?
Well, excuse me. Yes? Oh, yes. Ask him to come in, will you? Thank you. Leave it to me. Just give me support when I ask for it. Maurice, very nice to see you. You know each other,
Yes, sir, Jim. To what do I owe this pleasure?
The minister asked me to arrange this little meeting to see if you could help us with a problem.
Problem? Of course.
Now, the problem is that the EEC is becoming very unpopular over here. Isn't that so, Minister?
Absolutely. Very unpopular. And you want to restore its image? Yes.
No.
No.
And the problem is that the Minister feels that there would be more votes, that he would be better expressing the views of the British people by joining the attack on the EEC than by leaping to its defence.
Exactly.
But your government is committed to support us.
The Minister's point, as I understand it, is that the government's commitment is to the concept and to the treaty.
Treaty?
It's not committed to the institutions, nor to the practices, nor to individual policies. The Minister was giving me an example the other day, weren't you, Minister? About food production.
Oh, yes. I've discovered that one of your officials spends all his time paying farmers to produce masses of surplus food, while somebody in the next office pays people to destroy the surpluses.
That's not true.
No.
He's not in the next office, not even on the same floor.
And the Minister has hundreds of similar examples, haven't you, Minister? And the nub of the problem is that the Minister is beginning to think that some member of the Cabinet ought to start telling the British people about them.
That would be intolerable. Even the Italians wouldn't stoop that low.
The Italians aren't being asked to redesignate salami as emulsified, high-fat offal tubing.
And what are you proposing? After all, we are committed to harmonization. We cannot call it the sausage. What do you suggest?
Well, politics is about presentation. Why don't we call it the British sausage?
British sausage. Saucisse anglaise. Salsicce inglese. British wurst. Yes, I think we could. Recommend that to the Commission.
Splendid. The Minister's always said that the EEC is a splendid institution, haven't you, Minister?
Splendid.
Today's big story about the proposed European ban on the British sausage has caused a major political storm. Westminster sources say the sausage could be another banana skin. It can only add to the government's problems with the succession. Senior people in the party are increasingly troubled by the fact that the two obvious candidates for the leadership represent the extreme wings of the party. Pressure is mounting for them to withdraw in favor of a compromise candidate. But none of the other contenders so far seems to have caught the public imagination. Now sport, there are only two matches in the campaign.
Is that true? About the compromise candidate?
I believe so.
Where do they get their information from?
I can't imagine, but... Anyway, I never said compromise. I said moderate.
Incidentally, Minister, why are BBC Television and ITN covering your speech this evening?
I can't imagine, Bernard.
I know that fire and safety policy in government buildings is awfully important.
Perhaps someone suggested that I was going to raise other issues as well.
Who?
Can't imagine, Bernard. I am a good European. I believe in the European ideal. Never again shall we repeat the bloodshed of the 2 world wars. Europe is here to stay. But this does not mean that we have to bow the knee to every directive from every little bureaucratic Bonaparte in Brussels. We are a sovereign nation still. We are British and proud of it. We have made enough concessions to the European Commissar for Agriculture, and when I say Commissar, I use the word advisedly. We've swallowed the wine lake, we've swallowed the butter mountain, we've watched our French friends beating up British lorry drivers carrying good British lamb to the French public. We have bowed and scraped and doffed our caps, tugged our forelocks, and turned the other cheek, but I say enough is enough. The Europeans have gone too far. They are now threatening the British sausage. They want to standardise it, by which they mean they'll force the British people to eat salami and bratwurst and other garlic-ridden, greasy foods that are alien to the British way of life. Do you want to eat salami for breakfast with your egg and bacon? I don't, and I won't. They've turned our pints into litres and our yards into metres. We gave up the tanner, the threepenny bit, the 2-bob piece and the half-crown, but they cannot and will not destroy the British sausage. Not while I'm here. In the words of Martin Luther, here I stand.
Minister, a message came through from Central House while you were in Cabinet Committee.
Yes, yes.
They brought the party meeting forward. It started an hour ago.
Brought it forward?
Yes, any moment now the committee will have decided whether or not they're going to bring up another candidate to oppose you in the election. But the Chief Whip will be phoning through the moment it's over.
Will they, what if they have... Which phone?
What?
Which phone will he ring on?
Oh, this one, probably. Or this one. Either, really.
The only danger is if Duncan and Eric withdraw, which they will, they might not support me, and that'll mean an election.
Yes, quite, but I understand that you're the favourite candidate for both factions, in which case you'd be unopposed.
That's what they say. Oh, well. No point in worrying about it. Might as well sit down, relax.
Yes. 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 Bernard has an urgent message.
Minister, the palace have been on the phone.
The palace? The palace? Why?
They want to know if you'll be free to kiss hands at 5 o'clock. That's only in the event of an unopposed recommendation.
I think I might be able to make that. Bernard, suppose that, if I should still want a principal private secretary. Do you think...
Home Minister. Gosh.
That'd be all right, wouldn't it, Humphrey?
Well, the Prime Minister's word is law, Minister. Yes. Yes. Yes, he's here. I'll tell him. Yes, Prime Minister.
Canadian clubs all round over there, and have one yourself, Michael.
Cheers, Del.
Cheers.
Call it 25 quid for cash.
OK, right, OK. Put it on the slate.
No slate, mate. I've had a visit from the brewery.
Oh, all right. OK, look, there's a fiver, look. And, oh, dear, would you Adam and Eve it? I've only gone and left me wallet at home. I remember now, Damien was playing with it. I was teaching him financial management, how to avoid expensive pubs, that sort of thing.
I'll sell them to someone else then, Del.
No, you can't, these are second-hand.
Yeah, I'll sell them cheap then.
All right, I'll give you a fiver for them now.
Look, Del, it's not my fault. It's the brewery. They've brought in this revolutionary new rule. From now on, customers have to pay for their drinks.
These newfangled ideas. Hang about. Don't go away. I've managed to lay my hands on these radically new designed hairdryers. Right? Now, normally they retail at $69.99 up in Regent Street. But for you, 15 nicker.
Del, look at my hair. I went with one of them. I've only got to stick my head out the window for 10 seconds and it's bone dry.
You see, this is different, because this, look, see that has got what they call a volumizer on it. You see, that gives all your hair and all that body and everything.
Oh, so I could end up looking like Lily Savage. Very tempting, Del.
Go on. I'm giving it to you, Michael, and I, eh? 15 nicker, come on, me.
Go on, then. Gives it here. But you still owe me a tenner.
Yeah. All right, I'll tell you what. You're a bit of a gambling manager. I'll tell you what. I'll have a little bet with you, right? Double or quits, OK? Now, the thing is, if I win,
I give you this £5 for this round of drinks. But if you win, I owe you a tenner.
You already owe me a tenner.
Well, you've got nothing to lose then, have you? Eh? Right. Trig, just a minute. You'll like this, Trig. Watch this. It's a little bet we're having here. OK then, Michael. I bet if you put your hands out in front of you, I can make you turn them over without touching you.
You can make me turn my hands over without touching me.
Exactly. It's called the power of positive thought. All right, off you go. Put your hands out in front of you. Now, the other way. That's it. Thank you. All right, here we go. Come on. Help yourselves. Get it down, yeah?
I have been in the motor trade for many years now, and until recently I never thought of the damage fumes did to our world. Now, let me explain to you my theory.
Right, Mike. Same again, please, will you?
Just allow me to continue, will you? Now, this is my theory. The future holds the key to all our success.
Well, you better not tell Raquel's dad that. He's an antiques dealer.
Now, recently I have invested a lot of money in electric cars.
Yeah, he bought Tyler a Skye Electric set.
I'm not talking about model bloody racing cars, for God's sake.
Oi, Rodney, come on, get up this all round. Yeah.
If it's the same as the last round, it'll be 25 quid.
25 quid? Mike?
No.
All right, Dave. I can make you turn your hands over without touching you.
Hey?
I can make you turn your hands over without touching you. Go on, hold them out. Now, the other way. See? There you go, Dave.
Oh, this is difficult.
What's wrong?
Well, I got a bit of good news and a bit of bad news for Del. I'm applying for another job.
Yeah? What's the bad news?
That is the bad news. The good news is I'm going to stay on with Del until he can find someone suitable to replace me.
Well, that should take him about half hour.
Oh, yeah, you won't be saying that when I'm the managing director of something, will you?
You got something lined up, then?
There's this job advertised in the paper. Listen. Local company seeks ambitious, energetic and creative young person to join its successful sales force. Well, who they describing?
No, go on.
It's me.
Is it?
Yes. Look, experience with computers, an advantage but not essential. Successful applicant will receive full training, good salary and company vehicle. Well, I'm experienced with computers.
Yeah. But you never got one to work yet, have you?
Yes, I could call in this afternoon to sign the papers. Yeah. Oh, right. OK, then. You'll call back. OK. Bonjour. Look at that. The new digital phone, sweetheart. Clear as a bell, that.
Was that the clinic you were talking to?
Yes. I'll get doctored on Tuesday. They're going to call back and confirm.
You're serious about this, aren't you?
Yeah, never been more serious.
Look, Del, volunteering for this vasectomy is very brave and thoughtful of you, and I'm flattered that you're doing it for me, but you don't have to do it.
That's all right. I think it's for the best, sweetheart.
All right. But I don't want you coming back to me and saying it's all your fault, Raquel, if you get a bit, sore.
As if I would. Oh, that'll be them. Answer the phone, sweetheart, and be posh, will you?
What?
Be posh. Don't want them to think we're a couple of hippity boys.
Yes, sir. Hello, how may I help you?
Oh, hello. I'm phoning about the job advertising in Peckham.
Hold the line, caller. Have you put an ad in the Peckham Echo?
Yeah, for some help for Rodney. Who's that?
Rodney.
What's he phoning me for? He's only in the bloody living room.
No, he's applying for the job.
What do you mean, he's applying to assist himself? Wait a minute. I've got to think about this. Darling, press hold. It plays a tune. Go on.
I'll put you on hold whilst I connect you to our marketing department.
Thank you.
Treacherous little git. I'm going to wind him right up.
Oh, don't you feel embarrassed?
Yeah, with any luck. Right. Hello? This is the marketing manager, yes? Sorry I kept you. My name is Ivor Hardy.
Hello, Mr. Hardy.
And you are?
My name is Rodney Trotter.
Oh, Rodney Trotter. You're not one of the Trotter brothers, are you?
No, I haven't got a brother.
45,000. I'm selling at 45,000. Sold at 45,000. Paddle number 674. Now we come to lot 73. A solid silver pocket marine timekeeper. This was found in London by two brothers. Unfortunately, they held on to the piece for 16 years, believing it to be a Victorian egg timer. No, this is quite simply the most significant discovery in horological terms of this century. The watch has been authenticated and accepted by all the leading experts as being the last watch ever made by John Harrison. It is the fabled H6, the until now mythical lesser watch. I feel I need say no more. And I'd like to start the bidding at £150,000. Thank you. 200,000. 250.
Oh, dear. It's when he said 150,000, God. That's when I come over real bad me.
You went on, Del. 200,000, 250, 3.
Oh?
That's when I dragged you out.
You mean it ended up at £300,000?
It's still going on.
Oh, come on, let's get back up here.
3 1/4. The bid is in the room. 3 1/2.
350,000 quid.
3 3/4. 4, thank you. The bid stands at £4 million. 4 1/2 million.
So, what was the final outcome?
It was bought by an anonymous bidder. He's giving it to the Maritime Museum at Greenwich, so at least it stays in the country.
Oh, yeah, well, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, you wally. What was the final score? What exactly did it go for?
Oh, 6.2 million. So that's just over 3 million each.
Well, we've had worse days.
You want to go first, or should I?
Well, you know, why don't we go together?
Yeah, all right. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!